Hey, I have a subscriber now. It took somewhere around like 3 months or something, and me not following it. What YouTube gurus say you should do in order to grow up a channel. Yeah, the irony. For context, I have two other channels. Nothing serious, nothing big. The biggest channel that I have, it has like 200 and something subscribers. But those channels, I wasn't really managing them according to like the guidelines, right? So I figured it must be because of that. I don't really follow any kind of rules or tips or anything like that. I just do whatever I want. And I did this one, making it since the start, like actually in studying the things that YouTube gurus tell you. It went worse. It went way worse, way worse. Like it's terrible. I don't know if you're a growing channel and you are looking to get your channel to grow. I'm not gonna tell you what to do for now. I'm just gonna tell you my experience. Listening to YouTube gurus was the worst thing that I could have done. I got like two tips, like two useful tips, and that was it. Things that I would have figured out by myself, honestly. To be honest, I don't know. I don't want don't listen to me. I only have one subscriber. Hey, everybody, look, I have a subscriber. I don't know you person because I can't really see you, but I don't know. It's refreshing to just like not really feel like I'm talking to a wall. So I don't know if in case this person actually watching the video, everybody say hi to subscriber person. If the YouTube comments are not really your thing, you can try a more direct approach and send them a mental wave of greetings. So hi subscriber. I'm guessing you subscribe for the skincare iceberg. That's the thing that I've been uploading lately. So here, I was actually gonna do some of the stuff, but here, just for you. This is part 3, 4, 4, right? 4, yes, it's 4. Oh, 5. Oh, 5 already? No way, I've already made 5 videos in this, of this crap. Okay, well, fair enough. Skincare iceberg. TikTok skincare. Oh yeah, we moved on to the almost the bottom of the iceberg, the cringe level. This is the first thing that popped up when I typed TikTok skincare. I mean, that tells you all, right? I mean, there's nothing. It's really pretty self-explanatory. Anything that comes out of TikTok, it's a cesspool, right? So I can't really imagine that has to be an exception for skincare. I've never used TikTok. I don't even know how that app looks like outside of like TikTok re-uploads in Instagram and YouTube. So let's just go for something juicy here. Worst stories. Hold on. As tradition, we immediately get a video from this guy that I used in one of the videos before. So he's like the king of skincare. I'm pretty sure he's like the absolute emperor of skincare. You just have to type skincare, and he's like the first thing that appears. Let's see. You can always rest assured if you want to get like juicy things out of some kind of cesspool, you just need to go to another bigger one. So let's just jump straight to Reddit to see what kind of things you can find about the worst TikTok uh, things. Huh. No, that this post is not really talking about like scary stories from you following TikTok skincare advice, but it's talking about a very sensible topic here about skincare addiction. Basically, it sums up to having a fixation on skincare is not really the problem, and the thing that can actually cause you harm is more of having too many chemicals in your skin, which makes a lot of sense, right? Following into the belief that putting a lot of chemicals that are gonna have benefits to you, but if you mix them, that's gonna create some kind of harm because skin is way trickier than we imagine actually, especially for example for me as a man, right? Usually, for the most part, like your average man, uh, skin is one of the least things that actually you actually think of. If it comes to body care, guys go mainly for muscle and hair, actually, because for obvious reasons. So yeah, like skin is like, wait, you need to take care of your skin too, huh? That's a revelation. You mean you don't use hand soap for your face? What? So yeah, I'm gonna leave this post, but not before reading you this very interesting message that I saw from somebody who is into skincare. So I feel that's very appropriate. You said you had or have porcelain skin, and on this sub, you have almost daily stories of people having wonderful skin and completely trashing it with overdose of actives to achieve what exactly? Zero pore, zero wrinkle, zero pigmentation skin? We need a wake up call as a whole and start accepting that nobody needs a perfect skin. It's okay to have random pimples, blackheads, pigmentation, and wrinkles. Yeah, right? It's true. Personally, I feel that it's overall better to desire to have skincare to a level where it's just clean and healthy, hydrated, unburned. You can do harmless things like exercise and good diet and I don't know, face yoga or stuff like that. I don't know. But you have to consider that even if you do all those things, you're still gonna have some kind of imperfections that just come with nature. And you don't need to worry about that. And I feel that when you accept that and you just acknowledge that, you're gonna be overall healthier and just happier. Just a lot of the bigger factors that, for example, give you wrinkles and stuff like that is stress. So yeah, that's the irony of the vicious circle right there. And I'm not just coping because look at how trash my skin is. And this is me after realizing like not so many years ago that maybe the most basic primordial skincare is not such a bad idea because maybe my previous comments of guys not really realizing skincare even exists as an option, maybe that comes from experience. Maybe not. It's no commentary. I was gonna look somewhere else for TikTok skincare horror stories, but I overly extended myself in the year, so we're gonna move on. Dye microneedling. Didn't we just see microneedling in the vampire facial? Which sounds like some kind of search in Pornhub or something like that. Why did I read it like that? DIY. It sounds weird like that, right? DIY. It sounds weird. So, anyways, this pretty much is referring to the fact that you can buy microneedling tools on the internet and then use them at home to perform such treatment, which, yeah, it's self explanatory. It can go bad. I have done microneedling actually for my hair. As I said, guys, hair. Maybe I was talking from experience. I don't know. No comment. Maybe not. So yeah, I bought a microneedling stamp for the hair, and I was doing it, and fortunately, I didn't do any damage. I'm not doing it anymore because I feel that I don't really need it. I started experiencing hair loss since like a year ago, but then I realized that it was more because of stress, tension, muscular tension. Just a little tangent here. Um, Getting out of the subject for a second here. A lot of times when you experience hair loss, especially if you're a guy, most of the times, well, not most of the times, but a lot of the times, what you may be experiencing might not be biological, might not be that your testosterone transforming that hormone that makes you lose hair. I forgot the name of it, but you know what I'm talking about. Sometimes might be something as simple as tension in your muscles, and because of stress and like poor diet or hygiene and stuff like that. Basically, very simple things that you can fix and like stop the hair loss and even reverse it fairly easily with stuff like microneedling or minoxidil or salpamento minoxidil or stuff like that that is fairly affordable, accessible, and not invasive. It might sum up to simply reducing tension, like doing massages in your neck, your back, your shoulders, your neck. Did I say neck already? Maybe your face, your forehead, your the back of your head, your temples, you name it. Having lifestyle changes that reduces stress. You know what? There's one advice. I'm just gonna say it. It's difficult at first, and it sounds counterproductive because it sounds stressful. But trust me, this doesn't apply to any gender because this goes for both genders. But since I'm a guy, I'm just gonna tell you straight up: if you're another guy, just be a man. The reason why I say it like that is because nowadays, a lot of guys that I encounter really are, in my opinion, are really weak. Weak by not facing their problems and kind of just escaping. And that's where I was saying this applies to both. You don't have to be a man, right? This applies to women also, but coming from me, I'll tell you, if you are a man who can't face his problems, you are even more useless than a woman who can't face her problems. That is my problematic, cancelable, politically incorrect take of the day. There you go. Wait, so where was I going with this? I lost my train of thought. What? Yeah. So, reduce stress, right? Yeah. When you, I'm telling you by experience because this is tough to do, but when you do it, it actually kind of it takes tension out away from you. When you face your problems, your issues, the worst issues that you have, and you face them, and it's tough, and it creates even more stress at first. But if you face them and you manage to overcome them, either if you fail or if you succeed, it just helps you grow and be more confident and be more secure about yourself and be more mature. And that magically somehow, for whatever reason, reduces stress. It's like removing a bandage. You know it's gonna hurt. You know it's gonna be tough. You know it's gonna hurt even more the first seconds, right? But later on, you gotta realize that it wasn't even that bad, and then you can just move on. Then you are gonna be okay. The fear of actually removing the bandage was the worst part. Okay, so that was my not problematic but irrelevant take of the day. In summary, if you do microneedling at home, you are at higher risk of of making a mess. How did that turn into whatever I just said at the end? I don't know. Well, fuck, what? Jesus Christ. What am I doing here? This is why I don't have subscribers. And I blame it on YouTube gurus. Bullshit. Dawn dish detergent. What? What does that even mean? No. Dawn dish detergent is not suitable for skin care because its formula is designed to break down grease and oil, which strips away its skin's natural oils and can disrupt the moisture barrier, leading to dryness, irritation, and other skin issues. While it's effective on dishes and for cleaning oil from animals in emergencies, it is not formulated to use on human skin and can cause skin to become sensitive and more prone to irritation. Wait, People were using detergent? Who? Oh, there's gotta be somewhere. I know there's gotta be someone. It had never occurred to me, and I have never heard anybody. Moving on. No. No, I can't. I can't. I have to. Now, stupid questions. Can I use the dish soap on my face? As a younger person, my skin becomes very incredibly oily. I discovered the power of Dawn during dishes as a child. I was able to make everything clean and remove all the grease from dishes. Now, I started to use it on my face once a week, sometimes twice. I let it sit for about a minute, then rinse it dry thoroughly. I have a yellow bottle of Ajax in the bedroom because it's gentler. IMO. My question is, what will this do to my face if I continue to use it? Will it make me look old? Will it harm my skin? It seems to be working, and my face feels a lot cleaner, especially after the workout or being sweaty in the summer. What? I mean, to an extent. Major 1256. It will be more effective, but prolonged use may damage your skin and increase sensibility to sunburn. Consider using a mild soap after first soaking your face with warm water for your primary cleaning option. Well, thanks for the great advice. Gee, you know what? People are being very respectful here, very sensible with their advices here. Not bad at all. What do you know? Mungo the squirrel. If you use harsh soaps on your face or wash too often, your skin will compensate by producing even more oil. Stick to cleansers meant for oily faces. See a dermatologist. You see what I mean? Gaming beluga. So I use Dawn on my skin when I get poison oak to help to get real oils out. However, from my experience, it drastically dries out my skin. Well, you know what? Very good advices. I just see people being very helpful. Nice. Sunscreen is toxic. What? Oh my god. We've already talked about this before. Yes, no, sunscreen is not toxic. Moving on. Cooling anything mental. What? What even is that? Cooling anything mental. I don't know. This seems to be a topic that needs a little bit more digging into. I don't understand anything about that whole phrase there, but seems like uh, cooling ingredients tend to be suiting for the skin to because it supposedly reduces swelling and also relieves pain and stuff like that, and supposedly also helps for the skin to absorb other ingredients. I don't know. I don't want to make any opinion about this because I'm kind of lost here. This I don't know. This kind of uh took me off guard here. I don't know what I don't understand. Cringe, am I right? Chemical free, all natural. I'm guessing this has to do with the topics that we have seen in the previous videos about, and also in general healthcare overall. And I already made an opinion about that in I think the last video, but pretty much all natural sounds more beneficial at first, which for the most part can be the case, except by the fact that a lot of times heavily refined and processed products also have the benefit of being more effective because they are more concentrated and they are stronger, hence the need to overly process them. And with that comes side effects, so I always the most sensible approach there is to be balanced and always consider both sides of the coin. It's preferable to do more natural things in anything, especially in the beginning before you start getting any kind of serious issues. In general, it doesn't have to be about skincare, because for the most part, more natural elements are going to have less side effects on you. But you should never forbid yourself from using more processed things, because those processed things are going to attack whatever problem you have more thoroughly. You just have to be aware that you have to be careful using them, and you have to be supervised by a trained medical professional, right? I mean, it's as simple as that. For example, for me, I rarely ever use any medicine for anything unless I need it. And in that case, I don't have a problem using it. No, I don't even like to use painkillers. Whenever I have an injury or whatever stuff like that, I've had fairly severe injuries, and I like to always just like kind of power through it, because in my mind, if I have some kind of like injury, there's no better way to actually have care than to feel the pain and to be aware that I have to be really careful, and that way I prevent myself from screwing up and injuring myself even more. If I feel the pain, it means that there's a lingering issue there that I have to take care of more thoroughly than just taking a pain relief that is gonna make me forget about it. And for me, that has worked very well. Obviously, there's instances where there's no other alternative but to take the painkiller, right? But it's very rare for me to actually take one of those. Or antibiotics or whatever. I only take them whenever I actually need, when there's no other option. And I am fairly healthy. I am slightly healthier than a lot of people my age. So that's something. Toothpaste. Wait, didn't we see this before already? Toothpaste?
Do not use toothpaste on your skin, as it can cause irritation, dryness, and allergic reactions due to ingredients like menthol, fluoride, and baking soda. Instead of toothpaste, use targeted over-the-counter, OTC, acne treatments containing salicylic acid, benzoyl peroxide, or retinoids. For more...
I don't know, man. Why would it occur to you to put toothpaste on your face? I'm not even talking about like having a terrible reaction. I wouldn't imagine you having a like some kind of negative reaction. What I mean is, why would you expect to solve anything with toothpaste on your face? If you have acne, for example, why would it occur to you to put toothpaste on your pimp? I don't know, man. I don't know. Oh my god. No way. There's people actually recommending. Look at that. Before and after. Fuck off. Oh, and it's obviously an advertisement for something. For a Facebook group, but still. Wait. I like this comment. Gotso be I wish people love themselves enough to respect nature. Anything that changes your color is not healthy, and it destroys your dermis layer of your skin, which protects you from the sun and all the bacteria, leaving you susceptible to sunburn, pimples, and allergies, and all bad skin conditions. It eats away all the blood cells. Please, guys, love your melanin and stay beautiful. You mean to tell me that it's gonna white your skin because it supposedly whites your teeth? Which, by the way, I've never actually seen toothpaste white teeth. I've seen it. I've seen people use it, and I've used it myself. I don't have terribly yellow teeth. I hate white teeth, by the way. Not than the normal bony white that teeth have, right? Because they're bones. I mean that terrible titanium white. I hate it. I hate perfect teeth too, by the way. They're a lie. They're a lie. Nobody has perfect teeth. Nobody has immaculate perfect teeth. Everybody has something. And I like to see that. It makes me believe that they're a real person. Whenever I see those sugar daddy fake teeth, like titanium white, all perfectly aligned like a Ken doll, I don't like that. I know that there's exceptions there. If somebody had some kind of issue, an accident, or some kind of health issue where You had to replace your teeth, right? And that was your only option. And the dentist, instead of putting like just like natural looking teeth, they only had the Ken doll model, right? I'm sorry for you, but okay, fine, fair enough. But for the most part, people get them willingly. Oh my god.
Vaseline is toxic.
What? Okay, seems like a lot of people assume that Vaseline is toxic for your skincare to moisturize it, to use it as a cream. To be fair, I would have never imagined using Vaseline to moisturize my face. Like, I would never imagine that. I would have assumed it's not good, like, to be honest. But no, that doesn't seem to be the case. It seems to be harmless for the most part. It's supposedly harmless for the most part. But you never know, right? There's that type of person always that is gonna have some kind of negative reaction to something, right? But what do you know? I would have never imagined. I would have never imagined. It would have never occurred to me to put Vaseline on my face. But okay. Let me pop it. Oh, no, I can already tell what this is referring to. Acne. Don't pop your acne pimples. Don't do that. I knew this ever since I was a teenager. Your mom always tells you, everybody tells you, don't do that. I used to do it when I was a kid because I had severe acne. And yeah, I learned not to do it. Trust me, I learned not to do it. As soon as I hit puberty, as soon as my balls dropped, acne erupted on my skin like if I was some kind of X-Man and my mutant power was to just be to be the thing. Except I wasn't made out of rocks, I was made out of pimples. And I would pop them. And I learned not to. Face waxing. Huh? Cringe. I don't know. All I can find is that face waxing can be problematic because it can cause irritation, redness, and breakouts. Everybody knows that, right? Everybody knows that. Yeah. I thought it was like a common issue that that people knew you may encounter if you wax. Okay. I don't know. I thought people knew that. It's your fault. Get over it. You'll grow out of it. Huh? I'm guessing this has to do with what I was mentioning with the popping pimples thing. It's like common things that people tell you when you have a problem, right? It's your fault. Get over it. You'll grow out of it. And they're not really helping. They're just like telling you to get over it, but not with any kind of advice or help to solve anything. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's referring to that, right? Cringe. So cringe. Instagram skincare up. I mean, isn't this pretty much the same as TikTok skincare? Pretty much, right? Yeah, you just find like a lot of advices that are very superficial and not effective or just not thoroughly explained. Just like basically it sums up to don't look for serious advice for your health and your well-being in places dedicated to create clickbait and superficial engagement, right? Because they're always just gonna post anything. That's what goes viral. That's what actually works for algorithms. Superficial reactionary things with no substance because they are produced really fast and really sloppily. That is what, for the most part, works on social media. That is what social media is designed for. For example, I was talking about the YouTube gurus earlier in the video, and when you listen to their advice, they make it sound like you have to be like this NASA scientist with all this like impeccable content to be able to actually get like views, while in reality, you know that what actually works for the algorithm and what actually goes viral is usually the worst content, the most like sloppy, useless, most lazy junk food content. And I've seen people giving advice of like straight up lying and manipulating and referring to it as quality content. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I saw a girl saying that YouTube looks for quality content. So if you need to lie and manipulate and create reactions out of people, you need to do that because that's quality. That's what people understand. So that's what YouTube understands as quality. And I was like, oh my god. The problem is that now I'm fed up with all this YouTube guru spam on my feed, and I'm gonna have to create a to create a search history now that for other things because I don't want to see these things anymore. That's what happens. I opened Pandora's box and now uh, I deserve it. That's what happens. That's what I get for like trying to do things like that. I don't know, like in everything, you're gonna find one or two advices there that are gonna work for you, are gonna be helpful for you. But for the most part, in my own experience, it happened that by following the advices that all those videos said, with their ponytails and their baseball caps and their neon backgrounds and unnatural haircuts. Oh my god, what is up with YouTube people and their haircuts? What the fuck? These haircuts that look like they came out of like some Steven Universe character or something. I don't know how to explain it, but I identify it. I don't. As soon as I see it, I don't know why. I don't know. I'm probably being a little bit overly harsh with YouTube gurus simply because I'm fed up with like seeing their content. The mainstream side of YouTube is not something that I browse too often. So yeah, I'm always like, I don't know. It has a different vibe, and I don't know how to explain it, but it has its own vibe. And whenever I'm exposed to that vibe for too long, I start to feel all weird. It's not to say that I don't consume any of that material ever. I've seen my fair share of videos and channels like that, but it's never the main stream that I. Anyways, bye.